Hey, what's up everybody? My name is John Ferrin. I'm a realtor with the Ferrin Group here at HomeSmart Lifestyles in Queen Creek, Arizona. So today I thought we might, lighten things up just a little bit. So every metropolitan area, or even state for that matter, kind of has its own identity and maybe things that are unique and specific to that area. And Phoenix and the Phoenix metro area is no different. So in today's video, I want to bring you along as we talk about 9 different things that really only an Arizonan would understand about living in Phoenix. Now this list isn't really in any particular order, but it just kind of came out the way it did. So coming in at number 1 on this list is we love our Mexican food. In fact, chips and salsa, that's really a staple of life around here. And you can tell somebody's an Arizonan because typically we buy our salsa by the gallon. Also, many of the restaurants around here have the first name of El or Los at the beginning of their name, or they end with Bertos. Now number 2 is chip sealing, and that really has nothing at all to do with chips and salsa. In fact, it's something completely different. So what is chip sealing, you ask? Chip sealing is the process of applying a very thin liquid asphalt to the existing roadway, and then that's followed by this layer of crushed aggregate or gravel. Then these giant rollers come along and kind of smash or embed the aggregate into that fresh liquid asphalt. And then once that's done, they come back and they sweep up all of the loose chips and collect those and haul them away. Now that's how we resurface pretty much all of our roads here, and it's a whole lot cheaper than laying a whole new layer of asphalt. And I think it also doesn't take as long to do it this way as opposed to doing a whole layer of asphalt. Now, not all of these chips actually get embedded or swept up. So for the first little while you're driving on these freshly chip sealed roads, you got a lot of banging and clanging on the undercarriage of these rocks that are bouncing up and hitting things. And also, it's not uncommon at all for one of these pebbles to bounce up and hit your windshield, and now you've got a big old crack in your windshield. I guess maybe that's why we have so many windshield repair companies here in the Phoenix metro area. All right, so number 3 on my little list here is there is no such thing as a cold shower during the summertime. In fact, the water coming out of your cold water tap quite often is hotter than the water in the hot water tap. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this. One is we don't use copper piping anymore. The other is we use this flexible plastic PEX piping, and just to make sure that the water gets really hot in the summer times, we run all of the plumbing through the attic. Now, number 4 on our list are oven mitts. You know what these things are, right? You use them to put hot things into and take them out of the oven, right? Well, in Arizona, they're not just for the oven. Oh no, it gets so hot here in the summertime that you'll find them attached to door handles at restaurants and other businesses. And heck, if you're really lucky, you might even see someone driving their car wearing them, because believe me, those steering wheels get really, really hot. And speaking of the hot weather, that brings us to number 5. You all know what a haboob is, right? No, it's not. It's a different word. It's not that. Don't go there. But a haboob is actually this huge end of the world looking massive dust storm that we get during the monsoon season. In fact, it's a giant wall of dust, and it's created from high winds that come rushing out of a collapsing thunderstorm. Now, this wall of dust typically reaches heights between 1,500 and 3,000 feet, and they can stretch as far as 100 miles wide. Now, to put that into some type of perspective, that 100 miles, that's the distance it is from Phoenix down to Tucson. So that's a pretty big dust storm. Now, they're not as ominous as they look. I know that they look terrible, but really it's a lot of dust, it's wind, but all you gotta do after it's done is you go out with your leaf blower, you blow off the patio, you blow off the front porch, and you make sure you keep your pool guy on speed dial, because it will make your pool rather messy. Now, before we go on to the rest of the list, if this is your first time to the channel, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. And if you've been here before, well, welcome back. Now, if you like what you see and hear here, go ahead and give me a like or a thumbs up. That just helps me to know that the information I'm putting out is relevant and useful to you, And then while you're there, go ahead and, I don't know, click on that subscribe button, tap on that little bell so you'll be notified every time a new video gets uploaded, which I try to do about once a week. All right, now let's move on to number 6 on the list. And this is something that I know many of you who are like east of the Mississippi, the Midwest and back east, you're not gonna get this one at all. When it comes to landscaping our homes, we actually think that 6 tons of crushed rock makes a beautiful yard, and we also really love our artificial turf yards as well. Now there are a couple of reasons for this. One is we've been in a drought situation for years and years. We're still in it, and honestly there is no end in sight. The other thing is simply the ease of maintenance. With the rocks and the artificial turf, there is no real watering. There's no mowing, there's no trimming or pruning or aerating the grass. You just simply go out with your leaf blower and blow it off every, I don't know, once a week, once a month, whatever, and it looks fresh and brand new. And speaking of water, that brings us to number 7. And if you've been here for any amount of time at all, you've probably already learned that you don't drink the tap water here. Now, it's not that it's dangerous, but it definitely does not taste good at all. So our water system here is highly chlorinated, but it also comes naturally with high levels of calcium, manganese, and other minerals. And so it really tastes terrible. If you're out at a restaurant and you order water, you're gonna wanna put a lemon, a lime, something in it to kind of take the edge off. But there's other things that we do here to actually make the water much more tolerable. Now, as you know, it's hot. And because it's hot, staying hydrated is really, really important. So there's ways, you know, there's water filtration systems and that kind of stuff. I won't go into that now, but one thing that's really become popular are these cups, the Hydro Flask and the Stanley cups. So these are insulated, vacuum-packed, stainless steel water bottles, and they claim that they keep your water cold for up to 24 hours. Now, of course, the water you put into the bottle, you're not gonna take out of the tap. It's either filtered or it's store-bought. But the point is, you're able to carry good fresh water with you throughout the day. And honestly, all the cool kids seem to be using these things. Now, I mentioned it gets hot here, and as a little side note, who can tell me what the hottest day was ever on record in Phoenix? Anybody? I'll wait. All right, I'll go ahead and tell you myself. It was 122 degrees and it came on June 26, 1990. Now, I don't know where you were on that day, but I know exactly where I was that day. I was actually outside in that heat working at my regular day job from my previous life. Now we're nearing the end of the list. We're on number 8. And I hope this is something that just happens here in Arizona. I hope this doesn't happen across the country, but here it is. Any amount of rain, no matter how little it is, seems to require live team coverage from all of the news stations.
Look down here, you can see there's
You just can't get enough of those live shots where the reporter is standing in a puddle in a parking lot telling you that it's been raining. All right, this brings us to number 9, last but not least, and anybody who's in Arizona should probably understand that there is a myriad of outdoor activities and entertainment things that are right there for you to take part in. You can go hiking in Santan Mountain Regional Park, boating on any one of the lakes that are in the valley area. You can attend plays and musicals at the Hill Center Theater. There's lots of performing arts centers here as well. There's groups and clubs that you can join. And you can even take day trips to places like Tortilla Flat, Jerome, Sedona, or even the Grand Canyon. And if professional sports are your thing, well, we've got the Arizona Cardinals, the Arizona Diamondbacks, we've got the Phoenix Coyotes and the Phoenix Suns. And NASCAR, you ask? Yep, we've got that too at Phoenix Raceway. In fact, the NASCAR Championship race will be held here in Phoenix in November. Oh, and what about golfing? Arizona is a haven for golf enthusiasts. with, I don't know, 200 or so courses just in the Phoenix metro area. You've got choices that run the spectrum from local and actually pretty affordable municipal courses to resorts that rank among some of the best in the world. Now you can pretty much bank on having sunny days, and during the winter time, temperatures are going to be in the mid 60s to the low 70s. In fact, we have on average 299 sunny days right here in Arizona. Can you say that about where you live? So there you have 9 things. There's a whole lot more, but there's 9 things that Arizonans understand about living in Phoenix. And yeah, I'm poking a little bit of fun at my state, but hey, I'm a native. I was born and raised here, so I think I got a little bit of license to maybe poke just a little bit of fun. Now, if you're thinking about making a move to Arizona, to Phoenix, or even more particularly the Queen Creek area, be sure to check out this video right up here. And speaking of checking out things, if you feel like you and I might make a good fit, go ahead and check out my contact information right here at the bottom of the screen. You'll also find it again at the end of this video. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you found the information useful. Again, my name is John Ferrin with the Ferrin Group at HomeSmart Lifestyles in Queen Creek, Arizona. And until next time, you make sure you be safe out there.